Hello, my loves. Welcome back to the final full week of March 2021. This week is going to be a little bit more introspective than last week. Last week, we were focusing on what we were consuming, both internally but also mentally, and focusing on our priorities, right? Like that was last week's energy. How did you do with that? Let me know in the comments. Did you give that any thought? Did you focus on your own priorities? Let me know. But I digress, because this week's energy is urging us to spend more time in nature. And there's a reason. It's not just because some hippie bullshit like, oh my God, go sit and meditate by a tree. And like, even though like, don't get me wrong, I love me a good tree and I love me some, quiet time. But the reason that we are being told this week is because it's helping us to shift into a higher vibration. And it's reminding us of Source's infinite abundance and the limitless possibility we are able to experience when we are doing simple things outside, whether it's like taking a walk, going for a hike. Maybe you can go swimming where you are if you're like West Coast or down south. Up here in New Hampshire, swimming in a snowbank is not necessarily my idea of a good time. So, or you could be doing some gardening. Maybe it's time for you to like repot some of your plants, do it outside. Or something as simple as stargazing. We are being urged this week to connect outside in nature so that we can remember Source's limitless possibilities and infinite abundance, and that we are always able to tap into that ourselves. We are in the doldrums of winter, especially if you live, in New England, or you live, in Canada, or the areas where there, it's cold as fuck and we don't really necessarily want to be going outside, right? The reality is, though, it's time for us to connect to those limitless possibilities so that we can begin calling in what we want. February was a doozy. Guys, do you remember February? I know we're at the tail end of March here, but last month, yeah, it was a lot of surrendering, right? Like a lot of surrendering and a lot of uncomfortability and pain. I feel like February. This month has been all about calling in abundance. And in order for us to call in what we want, we have to recharge our physical body, period. And it's incredibly easy to do that and to calm our mind, calm our frazzled mind, if you will, when we are outside. We are not meant as humans to be stuck inside, cooped up in a house, in an apartment, in a condo, wherever you are, for extended amounts of time, because we are limitless beings. And when we aren't outside where we can experience and connect to Source easily and experience limitless possibility, we tend to forget that. And then we can go into depression. We can go into anxiety. We can go into fear, into paranoia, into worry. Am I speaking to you? Let me know. Let me know. So that is the first energy, is to do something where you are able to reconnect to nature and remember how beautiful and limitless and bountiful it truly is. The secondary energy of this week is that of releasing resentments you may be carrying surrounding money. Easier said than done until you really begin to examine it and until you allow yourself to go to that space. It's going to be uncomfortable, right? Especially if you have grown up thinking that, money, abundance, possibilities, opportunities, they don't easily flow to you. Or maybe you are finding yourself in a constant place of lack, of stagnation, of, just barely getting by, right? And so if you have experienced that your entire life, the last thing that you want to do is really dig into it deeper, right? But this week's energy, guys, is allowing us this opportunity to finally leave it at the door and create the change that you've always dreamed about. So how do you do that? Well, when we hold on to resentment surrounding finances or money, it's literally pushing abundance away. It literally is repelling abundance. And if you remember the first week of March, we were being reminded to attract, not chase, right? So it's kind of bringing this full circle. Don't you love how that happens? Anyway, resentment is a lower vibration and it blocks your flow of abundance and what you're able to manifest because it's sending out the energetic signal that you don't have enough and that others are to blame. But is that truth? Is that truth? Because when you allow yourself to understand that the universe will meet you wherever you're at with the same energy that you are either putting out there or the thoughts that are radiating from within, the energy is the universe is going to meet you with that same energy. It's one of the 12 universal laws, guys. So if you are feeling like you are, always lacking, if you are living in a scarcity mentality or mindset, then guess what? The universe is going to meet you with more of the same of that type of energy and that vibration and that frequency. So yes, you're going to continue to attract more lack, more scarcity, more nothingness, right? But if you are able to take your power back and know that you are always connected to everything that you need to be abundantly sustained, that is where the vibration shifts. That is where the energy shifts. And that is you taking back your power. And that is you saying to the universe, okay, yeah, I've lived here in this space and in this energy and frequency long enough. I'm ready to change. So I hope that this energy forecast was helpful. I hope it resonates. I am here and ready to help and support you if you are feeling like you could use a little bit of extra support this week. Please feel free to tag a friend that could use this message. Please save this video so that way you can reference it later as you navigate your week and you can be reminded of the messages from your guides, from the collective, and from source. Sending you guys so much love, and cannot wait to see how you begin to make shifts when it comes to your abundance.